Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Spooky Spooky Horror Show podcast. As always, I'm Sean, and I'm joined by Anthony.
Hey, worst timing ever.
Today, we'll be talking about the found footage horror film, Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor. I really wish it was just called Hell House LLC Origins, Carmichael Manor. I don't know why they added the, but whatever. But before all that, remember, if you'd like to support us, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that helps us with engagement and the YouTube algorithm. The video version of the podcast is also available on Spotify, where you can follow us, rate us, and leave a comment as well. The audio version is available everywhere else, so you can listen on any platform of your choosing. Links for everything are in the description below. With housekeeping out of the way, Anthony, what have you been up to?
Honestly, nothing. Just work. Just dashing and delivering weed. I mean, that's all I really do now. I do stuff in the house and get done a lot of Gundam shit and not really that stressed.
Yeah, you gotta... I want to end up seeing, with all the Gundam kit bashing shit, I would like to see you buy... I feel like that case is like a nice size case, but maybe like a full-size... No, like a full-size tower for the shit you have in that case, but like kit bash it with a whole bunch of like Gundam shit. You know, like move your computer.
You mean this?
Yeah, your computer case. Like take your components out of that, put it into an actual, because that's a mid-sized tower. Put it in a full-size
put it into a
case.
bigger, a nice.
Yeah, a bigger case.
One? Yeah, that would be cool.
Have you seen the ones that have like the rounded glass front side panels? Like have that, and then because your parts are fitting in a mid-sized case, having a full-size tower with that, you have a little bit more stuff. Yeah, that you can like put like a fucking diorama of Gundam shit. Yeah, I haven't really been doing anything. I've been working on some regular scripts, gardening, and then we are planning, unfortunately, going back to Florida the end of October. Most likely I'm going to end up with COVID, because people are fucking disgusting.
I actually there was someone that needed to deliver something to them, and it was the only thing they were ordering was a COVID test. I was like, that's fucking fun.
But yeah, the kiddo, because of like all the planes falling out of skies, has been like deathly afraid of
I'm
flying,
not gonna
which
fly.
is why we drive everywhere. We got express pass tickets to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios the end of October. So we're gonna fly out on a Friday afternoon, go to the hotel, sleep, do whatever, and then Saturday is Halloween Horror Nights, and then we fly back Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
But
I would never fly nowadays. I
Yeah.
could never do that.
These are the houses:
I can't wait
Five
for that
Nights at
second one.
Freddy's, Jason Voorhees, like a Friday the 13th thing, Terrifier, Fallout, a whole Blumhouse section. It's like Black Phone 2. I think there's a Megan thing. The Wyatt
I've never
6.
watched any of the Megans.
The first Megan's good. The second Megan, they decided to go horror comedy instead of keeping it horror, which I don't it's whatever. Black Phone, from what I've seen, is good, because again, I haven't watched it because the wife said, hey, you want to watch this with me? And I said, sure. And then I walked in on her watching it by herself. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not watching it. So I've yet to fucking watch it. But the trailer for Black Phone 2 looks really good. And then there's a whole bunch of other houses that look pretty scary. Some of the merch there looks really good, but it's also overpriced, and a bunch of it you can buy from the actual stores that sell the stuff like year round for cheaper.
Yeah, for like dirt cheaper. Yeah, like
So it's like, we're planning for that. I might shoot like a vlog or something like that while for the podcast YouTube channel and shit while I'm there, since it's all horror shit. But that's really it. So
right, like I really can't.
That, and then watching a bunch of horror movies. But you ready for some production facts? There's not many. I'm gonna drink a little water before I go into this whole spiel. And it's gonna be great because once we get to the plot, we're finally gonna be talking about like a good
actual
Hell House movie
part of it. Like the actual plot of the actual whole thing.
Not just wanting to like skip over everything just to be fucking done with it. In October 2022, Terra Films announced that Stephen Cognetti would continue Hell House LLC franchise with the prequel titled Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor. Again, like I said, and like Anthony agreed, that should have just been shortened to Carmichael Manor, but whatever.
They keep on getting longer. There's no need for it.
I know.
Like three names.
Filming began April 15th, 2023, and Carmichael Manor was filmed at the beautifully stunning, gorgeous Fern Hall Estate in Clifford Township, Pennsylvania.
Dude, this fucking house was insane.
Dude, this place,
Insane.
Jackie watched the movie just to look at this house. She was like, the fucking molding was gorgeous, the staircases, everything. Fucking gorgeous.
It was like top notch.
Again, Stephen Cognetti is back as writer and director. Because he usually kills off his characters from previous films, we have no returning cast, but I think that's a good thing in this case.
Yes.
Carmichael Manor stars Bridget Rose Parada, Destiny Lalani Brown, and James Liddell as our new investigators, Margot, Rebecca, and Chase. Gideon Berger, Kayla Burkegan, and Victoria Andronic as the ill-fated Carmichael family. Also, Darren F. Earl II and Sierra Saka, I believe
those are some
pronounce her
fucking
name,
names, man.
are the like interstitial interviewees. With that out of the way, Anthony, what are your spoiler-free thoughts?
It was better shot, but still the whole found footage than the other ones. Better scripted, at least for us to understand more of what's going on. I'll stop there because the rest of it's just going to go into telling actual spoilers.
Yeah, no. Visually, the movie looks so much better. I've seen reviews of people saying, hey, can we get a cut of this film without like the
interviews?
Yeah, without the interviews. And
honestly, if you did cut, if you splice those out, you would have a very
it would be tighter, but then how would you have any of this footage? So every single one of these is someone got the footage. So you need the footage to get out. No one survived.
I see what they were trying to do.
So you need the footage to be out.
You need to have something to kind of tie it all into each other.
But no, I think it was definitely better written than a lot of the other, definitely better than the last two, kind of on par with the first one. Acting was by far better. The only person I wasn't really fond of acting wise was the star Margot, but with her it was just her voice. She had that
just annoying
that weird fake what was that girl's name? Amanda Holmes.
Put on your voice. Amanda Holmes?
It was like the Holmes chick lied about what her blood test could like solve so that she could get a shit ton of money, and she always talked like this. If you speak in a lower voice, then everyone will take you seriously. Blah, blah.
Oh,
and it's like it was just a fake voice.
Didn't Aquafina make fun of that in her fucking TV series? Okay. Yeah.
And who was it? I think Amanda Siegfried starred in a movie about that chick. But yeah, it's like that's just what her voice sounded like to me the entire time, and I couldn't get fucking past it. And then there'd just be times where she's just like fucking screaming and yelling the whole goddamn time. And it's like, fuck, someone like move the camera away from her so that the microphone isn't right there, please, for the love of fucking God. But it's like everyone else was amazing. The cuts to the stuff in the past was really good.
The past, yeah, it did turn out good. I like those.
And yeah, it's like I really like this movie. I think this was a huge step in the right direction. You know, after Lake of Fire,
like they continued.
No,
Lake of Fire was terrible.
Especially when you compare this to like Lake of Fire, it's like this is such like when they got to Lake of Fire, it's like they veered off a cliff, and you're like, how the fuck are you gonna fix this shit?
How did you get to this point?
And then with this, it's like, oh, somehow it was like lifted up and put back on the road, and you're like, oh man, we're hitting it full gas. And apparently it's with the next one they went, well, look, cliff, and they drove off it again.
Fuck it.
So I don't know. So you ready for the plot?
Plot. Well, I mean, they all have the same plot if you really think about it, but yeah. Okay.
Oh well, yeah. The film immediately opens with two separate interviews. Bradley Moynihan, the co-founder of the armchair detective website Net Sleuths, and Alicia Cavallini, a true crime writer from Buried Secrets. They recount a brief history of the reportedly haunted Carmichael Manor, a remote mansion in Rockland County, New York, one town over from the location of the Abaddon Hotel.
Are those real places? Can I visit the Abaddon?
Yes, I believe I sent you...
you know what? I gotta look that back up
the
again.
address.
Maybe I just need to drive there one day and just take a picture on the front and be like,
I forget what it's actually called, but they have like Hell House night, and then like on Halloween, it's like a haunted attraction type deal.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the smartest thing you do.
Carmichael Manor is a real estate, but none of them are in New York.
Is it?
It takes place in New York, but they're both in Pennsylvania.
Oh, see, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were at least in New York because it said Rochester. I'm by Rochester all the time.
No, Rockland.
Rockland. No, okay, that's a huge difference. Okay.
Tragedy first struck the Carmichael family on June 18th, 1989, when a car accident killed Margaret Carmichael and left her 20-year-old brother Patrick unable to use his arm. On October 10th of that same year, 17-year-old Catherine Carmichael, her mother Eleanor were brutally murdered inside the mansion. Patrick mysteriously vanished in the aftermath, while his father, Arthur, who also disappeared, was presumed to have killed his family. I don't know why you would just assume that this dude killed his family, but
yeah,
I mean,
just
sure, whatever.
Magically killed his family. Yeah.
Not the brother that survived the car crash that killed his sister, but no, it's the father that then brutally killed. Sure, whatever. In the following decades, rumors regarding what really happened to the family swirled among the paranormal and true crime communities. So now we have Margot Bentley, the other co-founder of Net Sleuths. She convinces her girlfriend Rebecca to join her for a 5-day investigation of the supposedly haunted manor. They stop to grab some food and chat up the cashier about the Carmichael Manor when Margot tells him they are staying up there for 5 days. He freaks out, calling them crazy, saying that they used to party up there when they were teens, but they would never stay overnight. They continue their drive and get lost along the way. Figuring out how to read a map, they arrive to this absolutely gorgeous Carmichael Manor.
Yes. I would have stayed there.
Oh my God, just driving up and just seeing it, I would have been like, oh fuck, I'm home. Like, I'm not leaving.
That is actually one of the things I love the most about this job now is the traveling aspect. And I see some of the best houses I have ever seen in my life.
They get a quick tour with the property's caretaker, Donald, who mentions that a local antique store acquired items from the infamous Abaddon Hotel. After Donald leaves them on their own, Margot and Rebecca find a couple of eerie clown mannequins. The clowns from the Abaddon. No, are those clowns from the Abaddon? One of the clowns is from the Abaddon. So what it is,
so the two that are in that room that is supposedly locked, okay, those two are not the same two that are in the Abaddon. In the Abaddon, since I've watched the first one a million times.
It's just the one with the bloody eyes.
It's the one with the bloody eyes, and then there's another character that's not a clown on the floor with them.
Yeah.
That one in this movie is the shorter clown you'll see later when they explain the 3 clowns. So these other ones we've never seen at that point.
So it's the 2 main ones who, like I said, I believe in the last episode when talking about this film, that like with the higher def cameras, seeing these like clowns up close in daylight,
dude, they were menacing.
It looked like it was just face paint on a motherfucker. It didn't look like a mask.
Yes,
I would have been absolutely not. We're taking those shits outside.
Yes, were those not like they actors in the movies?
No, I think those are just straight up mannequins.
Dude, those are some.
But I don't know. All I know is I would have.
They did look like people.
I would have been like, no, we're putting them outside. We're gonna put those somewhere, lock the door. They're not allowed to fucking just like, nope.
That's Texas size, no.
One of the clowns is from the Abaddon, and then it's also in Patrick's bedroom. There's a bunch of like carnival games, like bullshits there.
Yep.
We cut back to Bradley and Alicia's interview, where they talk about how they think Margot's interest in solving cold cases began. A man in a clown costume tried to abduct her at a carnival when she was a child. She screamed and they left her alone, but because she couldn't identify him, several other people ended up going missing. Bradley feels that her guilt about not being able to stop it was one of the main reasons for her starting the website. Margot springs it on Rebecca that her brother is coming up to help out. And Rebecca is not thrilled about it, calling him a liability because her brother Chase has a history of erratic behavior.
A mental behavior, I guess. A mental health issue, she was saying, like, taking his pills.
Okay. You're staying in a creepy place, you're by him, like you're there for support. You just keep an eye on him when if he's not acting right, you just fucking get him fucking help. Like, it's not hard. But when he arrives, she quickly changes her tune and it's all love. Later that night, Margot is going over the case on camera with Rebecca and Chase and shows a bunch of crime scene photos. As they head for bed, Margot goes to check on Chase and he expresses suspicion that Margot only invited him because their mother told her she was concerned that he was having another like mental breakdown.
I was gonna say, so me ignoring that and just doing my own thing, or me calling to have you come in and be with me, so you're around me, maybe it'll help you feel better. I don't really see an issue with that.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. She's like, I love you. I'm concerned.
Hey, yeah,
let's
Mom
have
said
fun.
you're a fucking psycho again. Here, come with me. No,
Yeah,
she, like she didn't say it like that. She said, hey, I'm coming doing this thing. You want to do it? Didn't hear him say no. No one said, oh yeah, I said no originally.
It seems like a nothing burger, but it's to, I guess, for us to like them more. Later that night, they're woken up to the sound of someone singing downstairs,
which I never heard. I don't know if we're not supposed to hear it or if it was too low
I
and I didn't hear it, but I never heard shit. So it never was heard by the audience.
Margot's been concerned since Chase got there that he wouldn't bring the camera everywhere with him and record everything.
She's like, everything, just everything.
And the first thing he does when he hears the singing is he grabs the camera and goes. So
yeah,
he understands what his job is. They don't find anything. So after that creepy first night, Rebecca decides to change the bed sheets due to a strange odor. Upon finishing the bed, she makes a kissy face at the camera and unknowingly captures the image of a bloody woman lying on the mattress. I believe it's that day Margot and Rebecca go into town to examine the Abaddon Hotel items at that antique store, but not before Margot makes a pit stop at Patrick's room and looks through toys in the trunk and severely creeps herself out looking at carnival props.
Which I agree with her.
Yeah, no, everything about...
She was more concerned about her thing, but I'm just saying carnivals in themselves are fucking scary.
Man. At the antique shop, Rebecca recognizes a grandfather clock, knowing that this particular model has a secret compartment.
Why did she know that?
She probably had one, like one family probably had one or something like that.
Dude, just, you know what I mean? Like, that's weird.
Inside the compartment, Margot and Rebecca recover a cross necklace, a film canister, and stacks of notes that they secretly swipe from the store. That, ma'am, is theft, and you recorded yourself stealing.
Yes. You like that, right?
Left alone in the mansion, Chase is screwing around with the camera and he hears a noise in the hallway. He calls out to see who's there and there's no response. Going into the hallway, he sees a shadow of a figure standing in the doorway to Patrick's bedroom. He calls out, there's still no response. However, that shadow moves a little bit. That would have freaked me the fuck out.
I can't always see it. It might have just been my TV or something. I didn't really get to see them shadow move that much. There's a few scenes where I sat there and I was like staring at in backgrounds. I'm like, it's gotta pop out somewhere. I could see the shadow somewhere, and I didn't see anything.
Did you? Because
that's what they geared you up for.
Did you see the shadow in the hallway? Because like it was the middle of the day, so the light was coming in.
Yeah, you see that one.
I saw
that one, the hand on the wall.
Yeah, because like there's a shadow of someone standing in the doorway.
Yeah,
he's the only one in the house.
Yeah, the one that
so
was.
So it's like that shadow should not be there.
Yeah,
that would have been the immediate thing.
Should be in there.
Nope. But like an idiot, he runs to the room to find nobody there, and the clowns are in their original spots. A little later, while downstairs, he encounters a ghostly young woman in a mask hiding at the end of the hallway. This is again, I would not be staying here anymore. The ghost girl stares at him for a while before she retreats around the corner, and like I believe he like said some stuff to her like, hey, who are you, blah blah blah, and she's like,
yeah, he addressed her for 100%,
and then
but nobody ever answered.
Chase runs down the hallway, but the girl is just gone, and before he can have like a total freak out meltdown, Margot and Rebecca come home. And I like this, that he immediately shows them the footage of the girl, and she is there in the footage, because a big thing with these, we see these creepy things happen and nobody believes them.
Yeah.
So Rebecca is clearly a skeptic, but knowing Chase was alone and that someone or something was both upstairs and downstairs, she's freaked out and is also kind of becoming a believer. Whereas Margot just wants to gloat that like they caught stuff and that they're closer to the truth.
Well,
no.
I mean, can you blame her? I don't think they're closer to the truth, though.
You're supposed to be in this house by yourself, and there's either people jokingly fucking with you in this house, or
fucking someone's trying to kill you as a ghost.
Nobody wants to stay here because people die here, and now there's people creepily in masks and shadows around corners and shit, and weird knocking at night and singing coming from
ghost pacing.
I'd be like, I'm not safe here. I don't want to stay here.
No one is safe here.
Let's just set up cameras, go into town, stay at a hotel, and we'll just come back in the morning and pick shit up. How about we just do that? Let's be smart about this. But Not with Margot. We cut back to the interviewees who are talking about the film footage recovered from the antique store. This is Margaret Carmichael. She is shown in the footage hiding and peeking around that same corner in the same mask, pranking her aspiring filmmaker sister, Catherine. Also, the same day that that footage was recorded was the same day Margaret would later die. On the second night in the manor, Margot reads through several cryptic messages and poems found among the stacks of papers. Chase takes that cross necklace brought back from the antique store to keep in his room because he, quote, could use some good luck.
Yeah, but it's weird that he randomly acts for that, something like that, the way he acts. That whole fucking interaction was odd. And knowing that he has an issue, wouldn't his sister have noticed it when he said that and be like, you good?
Well, it's the thing with a lot of the Hell House films. There's like that weird religious aspect. Like, there's no reason for there to be a cross there. But it's like, oh, I need this for good luck. She had this for good luck, too.
Yeah.
What good luck did she have? Didn't she die? She
dead.
died wearing that, didn't she?
It's not luck.
It's not luck.
No luck involved
so
in dying.
I don't know what that's doing for you, buddy. But yeah, just then the lights go out, and after fumbling with buttons for a minute on the camera, he finds the button for the light and gets it turned on. While they are searching around for the breaker box, they find the door locked, and then the light just turns themselves back on. That shouldn't happen.
No.
Why is no one
addressing that this is happening? Like, what the fuck? Yes.
It's just like oh,
very clearly there's a goddamn
good.
issue going on here.
Yeah.
Anybody at all want to help? Nobody?
As they head back to the kitchen, though, Margot, Rebecca, and Chase are startled by that carnival game ball appearing on the floor in the middle of the hallway. Again, that's fucking weird. Why are we not investigating that? Whatever.
Yes. It's these things. But I said to myself, like, listen, I've had it where at some point it's going to sound weird. I've had things like knock off and roll around, or like there's enough of a draft that something rolled out of a room. But I mean, it's singular instances. It's not like a million of these other things.
But like rolls out of a room, goes down a hallway, down like two flights of stairs, around a corner, into another hallway.
Stops, turns around, then picks itself up and bounces a few more steps. And then bounces back on a mannequin's nose.
That's not how that shit works.
I wish.
This part is probably my favorite scare.
Oh, I think this is the really good scare that I was like, that was a good jump scare. The interview was an awesome fucking phone call. Yes.
Rebecca's having a Zoom call with her boss at the real estate agency where she's showing her Rebecca's day job, I think, is essentially like real estate acquisition. It's like they buy houses to like flip and shit.
Yes.
So she's showing her boss a slideshow of photos from a house that she had recently seen that she think would be a good acquisition for the company to be able to turn a nice profit on. As they're going through the stuff, her boss is like, oh, this is really nice. And then we see a photo that doesn't look like the others. Her boss is confused.
Yeah.
She's confused. And the first time I saw this, I was like, oh, what house has that? And then I realized as it's going up the stairs, I was like, oh, wait, that's
the other house.
That's Carmichael Manor.
Yes.
And as they go through the photos, and I love that as she's going through it, even her boss is like, hey, are you okay?
Yes, she said it several times.
She's like turning around and looking, and the camera is taking a photo of her turning around looking. And it's like her boss can see that it's a photo of her turning around. As she's turning around, seeing what's behind her, there's nothing fucking behind her.
No, wait,
and it's like, what the fuck?
She turned. No. If you remember, watch it again. She turns around. It's a still. It just keeps getting closer, but she never turned. When she puts her hand out like that, it doesn't show her do that, and then it shows the woman, and then the woman get closer, but it never like does it in real time for her, and that was a really good fucking.
Yeah, because it's like
a really, really good.
It's like it'll take photos, and then like she'll turn, and then come back, and then it'll go back, and it's like boom, it's like a photo of her turn, and it's like what the fuck, and then it's like next photo there'll be a woman standing over to the side, and she's like, what the hell? There's no one there, and then all of a sudden it's just boom, 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 and then it just gets to the ghost is right there, and then everything just like goes to fucking shit, and it's like this one is probably like the best jump scare out of any of the Hell House films.
I'll definitely say yes to that. It did have a more of a jumping. The other ones were more suspenseful.
But like out of any Hell House film, this is probably the best jump scare. Like the build up to it where you're like, what the fuck is going on? To then all of a sudden that chick just being right there.
Or
like
you're sitting there and you're watching and you're waiting and you're like, oh, God damn it, it got me anyways. Like, God
it's like,
damn it.
you knew something was going to happen.
I saw it coming.
I think it would have been funny if like you saw the photo of the chick there, and then when it cut to like a close-up of Rebecca's face, not having her there, and then when her turning around it over on the other side, that would have been a good scare too. But no, that was awesome. But this experience sparks an argument between Rebecca, who is now worried about losing her job, and Margot about leaving the investigation early. I know Margot has been trying to find proof of this stuff for forever. However,
and it kind of sucks that she's finally getting it at this wrong moment in time.
However, your brother found at least one person stalking him around the house. And now this just happened to your partner. If you really, really want to keep investigating, fine, but get the people that are actively being harassed out of the house and safely into a hotel in town.
Oh yeah, that's a valid point there.
At this point,
at the least, you could stay here. Hey, you stay yourself. You want to die?
At this point, nothing has happened to Margot.
No,
things have happened to everyone else around her, but nothing has happened to her. So your partner, the person that you love, just had something like this happen. No, we can't leave. You have to stay. We're finally getting this up. You don't know if she's in danger. Get her out. Just bring her to town. Even if it's for a night. Bring her to town.
Just
let her stay in a hotel. Let her be there. This way she'll have better Wi-Fi. She can talk to her boss, try to smooth stuff over. Fine. Your brother is being stalked by someone in the house. You already know that there's like mental instability, we'll say, and this shit just happened. You can't be like, oh, well, he'll be fine. No, you have someone that is potentially mentally unstable being stalked and harassed by something in the house. Get him the fuck out of the house.
Make sure they're safe.
That's all you have to do. Just protect the people that you love. You can, if you want to put your life in danger, put your life in danger. There is no fucking reason for you to be putting the people that you love in danger, especially now that you know that there is potentially
some shit going on.
Yeah. Like I don't, it's whatever. But instead she just guilts other people into putting their lives on the line for her shit. On the third night, Margot is going through more of the antique store items and she finds a photo of two clowns standing in front of a carnival game. The same clowns and carnival props that they found upstairs. The Polaroid is labeled being from 1975 fair in Clarksburg, West Virginia. It's super creepy the way Rebecca just idly mentions that there's actually 3 clowns upstairs, not 2, because Margot's like, oh, it's the 2 clowns upstairs. She's like,
well, there was only 2 clowns when we saw them.
Yeah, and she's like, there's 3 clowns upstairs. It's like, are we not going to talk about that? She just goes, okay, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, what do you mean there's 3? There's 2. No, there's 3. And then you go upstairs and you go, oh fuck, there's 3. Why are there 3? What is this 3 bullshit? So she glosses over that. Margot identifies the photo as direct proof of a connection between the Abaddon Hotel and Carmichael Manor. I don't know how a photo of clowns from a fair in West Virginia end up inside of a grandfather clock in the Abaddon Hotel while costume of said clowns are in Patrick's bedroom. Whatever.
They put them there.
With the Abaddon connection out in the air, Rebecca wants to get out of the house as fast as possible, but Margot doesn't. Before an argument can break out, they hear the servant's bell ringing over the mansion's old servant communication system. Chase checks out the call button system and sees where the call is coming from. It says Patrick's room. Confused, Margot and Chase go to investigate, leaving Rebecca alone in the kitchen, which is, you know,
the
great.
Smarter thing to leave somebody alone.
Since she was, you know, just spiritually attacked by a ghoul, let's leave her alone. Like, sure. They make their way upstairs and find the light on and the door open in Patrick's room. And as they enter, are startled to find one of the clown mannequins standing between the beds. Mannequins don't move.
Well, how are they moving around? Why haven't you said, you know what? Then on top of that, I was saying to myself, at one point they get to their car. Why don't you just stay in the car? I've slept in a car millions of times. Just stay in the car and go in the building during the day. Do your filming. At that point, it would be better off.
Because I'm just like, this isn't the movie Mannequins. Like, mannequins shouldn't come to life and move around.
No.
It's either those things aren't mannequins and they're moving, or someone is moving them.
They're possessed.
It's one of the two things. And if neither one of you is doing it, then someone else is here doing it, and you should probably not be in the house anymore. Simple math. Simple fucking math.
That 2 and 2 is 4. No common core needed.
Downstairs and still alone, Rebecca calls out to see if everything's okay. She doesn't get a response from Margot or Chase, but hears a noise behind her. While calling out to see who's there, one of those carnival balls rolls out of the darkness towards her. Scared but still wanting to know what's going on, Rebecca heads towards the open closet the ball possibly came out of. I'm not completely sure how that math works, but I'm guessing because it was the only door open, she just walked to it. She turns on the light and the other mannequin is in there, just right in her face.
Just chilling.
She runs back to the stairs and screams to get Chase and Margot to run down to her. Chase checks the closet and Rebecca just ran from, and the clown is still there. Chase finally...
it's not the same spot. It's turned.
Chase finally tells Margot what actually happened to him recently that caused his mother to be concerned. He had repeatedly been having visions of a ghostly little girl who told him to go with Margot. And this had been happening up until the day that Margot called him about joining her at Carmichael Manor. So with that creepiness, Margot agrees with Chase to leave with Rebecca the next day. That night, Margot wakes up Rebecca because she hears a strange noise outside their closed bedroom door. And I love this because she wakes up her sleeping partner and goes, "Did you hear that? Bitch, she was sleeping."
You know, she was sleeping.
You didn't hear it.
Why do people do dumb shit like that? No, I heard it in my sleep.
I totally heard it. Ghosts were having an orgy. I don't know. I'm going back to sleep. No, I didn't hear it. They listen for a little bit longer, and it sounds like a little bit of a scuffle, but nothing they can really make out. And they don't investigate it and decide just to go back to sleep.
Nobody investigates it. Didn't they do that in the first one? No one went out to investigate anything?
Yep. I think they investigated once, and they found that chick downstairs playing the piano. When they wake up in the morning, Margot and Rebecca discover Chase missing and all his stuff in the hallway. Not able to find him in the house, they call his phone and find it under his they find his cell phone under his bed. Rebecca runs out of the room.
It happened.
Rebecca runs out of the room as we get voiceover from Bradley Moynihan saying that at first people would say Chase just left, but when you watch footage from his camera, Chase's final video recording shows him being attacked by one of the clowns. I was a little confused by this because I was like, how the fuck did Bradley get the cameras?
Footage?
Yeah.
All the footage? I don't think it was ever said in any of the fucking movie.
I think it was. I think during one of the things it was said that he was sent all the stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's the whole thing.
Familiar.
That's the whole reason why
sent everything.
Andrew Tully would quote let someone live so that they could like make the things to get more people to go so that they would have more souls to collect. So I think that was the same thing, because I was like, I don't remember his camera being anywhere, because we'll get to it a little bit later, but Margot's like, he's probably fine, he's probably just having an episode and he'll walk back. And I'm like, bitch, if you saw the footage, you'd know he is not okay.
He's not okay.
You need to leave. But what I didn't understand about when they cut to his footage to see what happened to him, why didn't he scream for help?
Yeah, again,
if you turn the light on in the middle of the night and a fucking creepy ass clown mannequin is at the foot of your bed, are you whispering or are you screaming, what the fuck is going on? Margot, what is going on? You're 2 rooms away from each other. Why are you fucking whispering? On top of that, I'd be making a shit ton of noise, and you just hope that the fucking thing stays frozen there. But when he leaves the room, why didn't he close the bedroom door on the way out? Give it another layer that it has to get through to give you more time. Yeah. When you got close to fucking Margot's door, why didn't you start banging on it? There's so many things you could have done.
Make a racket.
It's just so weird. There's no possible way that these walls are made out of fucking cinder blocks that you can't hear shit that's happening in another fucking room. Because we'll hear later someone walking on the fucking floor outside in the hallway, but it's you don't hear him at all. You just hear a light shuffle. I don't understand. We cut to film footage from September 4th, 1989. It shows Catherine Carmichael entering her brother's room to find a despondent Patrick with the clown mannequins, as well as his sister Margaret's bloody dress from the car accident. This is really fucking gross. Was he fucking his sister?
I don't know. It kind of seems like he was. I don't really understand. That dude really had a lot of fucking issues.
Because it's
he
like,
kept that bloody dress.
I understand being sad for the loss of a family member.
Yeah, they're not the same way.
Why do you have your sister's bloody death dress on your dresser? I can understand, like your wife dies and you still have like the wedding dress or something, something that like has their scent on it or something like that to remember them by. It's your fucking sister. Why is her fucking bloody dress that you like sit there and like fucking pet it and sniff it? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is so fucking weird. There's like a level where it's like, okay, well, this is fine. And then it's like, hey, this is fucking creepy. And it's like the level of like infatuation and desire and depression he has for her to be alive is like, it's weird. It crosses that thing where it's like, are you two fucking? Why are you so like? It's gross.
Why are you so
like,
weird with each other?
Like dial it back a little bit. The father having the dress out, sure, that's his daughter, fine. The brother, it's weird. It's a little fucking weird. Even though Patrick is sitting right on the bed and Margaret sees him sitting on the bed. She walks in, she zooms the camera around, sees him. This bitch just walks right over to his trunk, opens it,
and just
starts to go through shit. Like,
yeah.
He's just like, don't go in there.
I want to go in there. Fuck
He
that.
closes it. I'm like, this is great. She's like, oh, you look really sad. Oh, I'm gonna go through this. I hope that's okay. Like that. No, man, no. He tells her to stop doing that. And then he cryptically mutters about a way to bring Margaret back. Catherine gives her brother the cross necklace for protection and leaves the room. Eventually, Patrick leaves his room and Catherine goes through the trunk where she finds strange sheet music.
And then she fucking just plays it.
And she plays it.
Just play the music she finds.
And it's like, it's the iconic, because she finds
I love that. I don't know. I need that as a
poems
ringtone.
and stuff. I think it's a legitimate song. I just don't remember what it's called.
Oh, is it? Oh, then that's a creepy fucking song.
But it's the first time we hear that the Hell House jingle has lyrics to it.
Got a little jingle jangle.
And it's creepy as fuck.
It's fucking, yes.
It cuts back to like them in the morning. Rebecca tells Margot that they need to go, and Margot has a meltdown saying she can't leave without her brother. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. Not to mention he's dead already.
And for me, this is the point in the movie where things start to fall apart in certain areas.
Okay.
Because Margot says Chase is probably suffering from another episode, and he's all right, and they just need to give him time. Like, give him more time, and he'll come back. Absolutely fucking not. It's still the morning, and Margot tells her that they can give him time to come back and still leave before it's dark.
Yeah,
again,
I was like, that timeline didn't sound that didn't really make that much sense when I heard it too. I was like, the timeline seems really, really long.
But again, absolutely fucking not. If you have time to sit around and wait for Chase to wander back, you have time to drive your girlfriend back to town to keep her safe.
Yes.
I do not like.
Then the car doesn't work.
I do like that Rebecca says that if he's not back by like whatever time,
I'm going.
She's leaving without him and Margot.
You. And good.
But
you gotta put your foot down.
But here's the other thing: you already know that there have been people in the house stalking you and fucking with you. You caught them on camera. You reviewed the footage, and everybody saw the woman in the shadows and the strange knocking and the noises, mannequins being moved around, blah 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 blah. The night that you guys decide that you're going to leave the manor in the morning, you hear a strange noise outside your bedroom, decide not to investigate, and then the next morning, your brother is gone, but all of his shit is in the middle of the hallway outside your room.
It's packed too, all packed up.
And your response to that is, he's having another episode? Fuck you, Margot. That's the dumbest fucking like thing that you can do, and that's where I'm talking about like it falls apart. I understand the need to be like, well, I need to be here for my brother. You can't just hand wave the shit that happened.
Yeah.
You need to get her safe, and then you can like come back, get police, get more people. You could do all that shit. We end up getting additional interviews with Bradley and Alicia, and they connect Patrick Carmichael to Andrew Tully, the cult leader who built the Abaddon Hotel. While fleeing, I think it was like West Virginia, on a arrest warrant, Tully met Thomas Rollins and Freddie Perkins, two men who ran a down-a-clown gaming stand at a fair in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Bradley theorizes that Tully's cult started at that fair, since Rollins and Perkins would ultimately join Tully in building the hotel in New York, where Patrick Carmichael ended up working. Bradley also notes that only Rollins and Perkins ran the gaming booth, making the third clown's identity a mystery.
Yeah.
We cut back to present time. Oh, past time? We cut back to the manor. It's now 4 p.m. and Margot and Rebecca try to leave the manor, only to discover that the car won't start. Rebecca rightfully freaks out, and now all of a sudden Margot is calm? No, bitch. You don't get to be calm and level-headed right now. If you decided to just leave and call the go to the police earlier in the day, you would have found out that the car didn't start. They would have had more time to either troubleshoot the car or just hoof it through the woods without worrying that it's going to get dark soon. So like, you don't get to be like, it's okay. We could walk. If we do like 20 minutes a mile, like we should be able to get there. It's like,
what math did she come up with?
Yeah, it's like, no, go fuck yourself.
20 minutes a mile. What the fuck does that mean? Where'd you get this 20 minutes a mile up from?
Nope. You don't get to pull this shit. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm the calm one now. It's like, no. This is that fall apart shit where it's like, okay, well now in this scene we need them to do this. And it's like, that's awesome. But now they're stuck in this situation again because of Margot. You don't let Margot now be the hero and be like, well, I have an idea for, like, no. Like, she doesn't get to make this, the decisions anymore. You've done nothing but fuck up the entire time. You don't get a say in anything. You've proven that you are a fuck up. When you prove that you can like do this, you know how you could have proved yourself? Hold on, honey. Let me go check the engine. And like, oh, this is unplugged. And then you fix it. And it's like, okay, you're the hero. But sitting there and be like, hey, calm down. We can just walk through the woods as it's about to get dark for 12 miles and find the main road, even though while driving on the road, we got lost. It's okay. Like, no, fuck you. Fuck Margot. Absolutely not. Like, no. While walking through the woods, very slowly, I might add, for people that are trying to make it out of the woods before nightfall.
20 minutes a mile.
They're startled by strange shrieking, headless scarecrows, a bunch of trash, and then robed cultists who frighten them into fleeing back to the mansion. Again, this is more of the stuff that I don't like. When you're being scared and chased by robed people in the middle of the woods, nobody is gonna, while being chased, stop and say, I just can't run anymore. Absolutely nobody that is physically able.
And then you die.
No one's gonna be like, oh, I just can't do it anymore. If you have enough energy to put your hands on your hips and be like, oh, you have enough energy to keep fucking running. Like, keep fucking running. What are you doing? Like, no. Secondly, nobody is going to turn around and then run back to the manor. Like, you're not doing that.
I wouldn't have.
These cultist people are trying to get you to go back to the manor. So you're going to go back to the manor? That doesn't make any sense. Had it been they were running away from the manor and then somehow they ended up back in front of the manor, that would have made more sense. But they did it where they had to go one way and the cultists were blocking their way, so they turned around and they just ran back to the manor. That's fucking stupid. That's dumb. They get back to the house and lock themselves in the bedroom. Rebecca flips out on Margot for still filming, and Margot tells her that this is the exact perfect time to film everything and that they're so close to finding out the truth. Rebecca rightfully points out that finding the truth means absolutely nothing if they're fucking dead. Yeah. Oh, and that she never cared about the investigations, like, at all.
Yeah.
Even though Margot is whine crying right now, it still sounds like she's saying stuff like, geez, I'm so sorry I brought you with me. I thought you wanted to spend time with me and my crazy interests. It's like her whole thing is just gaslighting other people into doing what he wants them to do. And I fucking hate it. But Margot finally gets service and a message from Chase. I thought she took like the phone, but she tells Rebecca that she left it in his room. That's fantastic plot armor. She goes to run into the room, but Rebecca stops her and they just start a text thread.
That seems like the best time to do that.
Chase says that he made some new friends and that they want to meet them. Margot tells him to come to her room, but he tells her that his friends wouldn't like that. When they get a very distinct sound of the door opening, but when they turn to look at the door The door's closed. That confused the fuck out of me. It is the clear sound of a door opening. The door opening sound is so loud and so distinct that it's in that room with them that they both turn and look at the door. And the door is closed. It's not even like slightly open ajar and swinging open. It makes it sound like someone turned the knob and opened the door all the way to walk in. So I was expecting when they turned, the door would be wide open.
Maybe
like,
somebody there and jump scare you.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Instead, no, the door's just closed. You end up hearing someone walking through the hallway, stopping in front of their door and knocking on it. Margot hands Rebecca the camera and tells her that she loves her and to film everything. As she approaches the door, now it swings open. Margot walks through the door and calls out if anyone's there, when she gets another text saying that they're already in the room. Rebecca throws the camera down on the bed and runs out of the room.
Which makes no sense.
Margot grabs the camera and follows after her. Rebecca runs and jumps into the backseat of the car. What is hiding in the backseat of an unlocked car going to fucking do? You idiots. You left all your stuff there. You know the keys are probably still upstairs. Like, what are you doing?
More than likely.
I think this is now, we have film footage from October 10th, 1989, the same day Catherine and Eleanor Carmichael are murdered. It shows Catherine confronting Patrick about the mass suicide at the Abaddon Hotel where he worked. I think she says something like, weren't you there? Did you have anything to do with that? And he was just like, what? No, I was in jail.
Yeah, calmly.
But then he's like, I was supposed to be there. But she's like, people died. And he said, no one died. They crossed over.
They ascended.
He'd be like, bitch.
No.
Like, no.
They ascended.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck out. Absolutely not.
And she's like, is that what ascended means? What do you mean, is that what ascended mean?
It's like, suck my ass, dude. Absolutely not. I think it's at this, like, she follows him into the room and the clowns are just like standing there like
in front of him.
Fucking guards. And he's like, you shouldn't be filming me. Turn off the camera. And I'm sorry, if someone's like, turn off the camera, I'm not turning off the camera.
No, I'm not turning the camera off.
No, that's when you turn off the camera and you're immediately like shot in the face. Like, absolutely fucking not. Like, the camera's staying on.
Camera running.
Before the camera abruptly cuts out, Catherine has a terrifying encounter with robed cultists. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking tongue twister. As well as her sister's bloody ghost in a mask. During the fourth night, Margot and Rebecca are woken up in the back seat of the car to the car alarm going off, because I'm sure they have the fucking clicker. And I believe it was kind of dark, but I think there were robed people outside the car.
I don't remember the people part. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember everything else.
Because it scares them and they run back inside to the bedroom where Rebecca finally gets a signal on her phone and she frantically calls the police. While she's talking to the police, you can hear Chase's voice call out to Margot. So Margot runs out of the room, leaving Rebecca alone again. And then Eleanor's ghost appears in the bed and then attacks Rebecca. Margot downstairs, I think downstairs. Yeah, downstairs, because I think then she runs upstairs. Margot finds her brother's mutilated body with his eyes torn out, and I think his throat is slit because it was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
She then runs back upstairs and tries to get back into the bedroom, calling out for Rebecca, but the door is shut and locked. And when she turns around, she sees that clown mannequin downstairs.
Yeah, just in the eyesight.
And yells at him, I know what you did. And when she turns and looks down the hallway is covered in like this red glow. Before being attacked by that clown, she looks into the camera and says, it's not over. The final photograph reveals that Margot's traumatizing fairground experience as a child occurred at a carnival where the third clown, who later appears at the Abaddon Hotel, can be seen in the background.
Was at. Which I love that ties in a lot of that.
Because Patrick is identified as that clown. So I think it was Patrick that tried to abduct Margot as a child, and then probably what happened was when that, and then that's why he was possibly in jail, I guess, because like the cops went, but they couldn't identify anyone, and then other people went like missing and shit.
That does kind of make sense.
In the final scene, Patrick apologizes to the camera, saying, I had no choice. We all serve him in different ways, before yelling at an unseen man to be quiet and then departing through a doorway in a red tinted room, implied to be another gate to hell as seen in previous films. We then get credits. And then after the credits, we get a scene featuring Alice mentioning one of the interviewees mentioning that that creepy ass fair is coming back to town, that they figured since the Abaddon burned down that everything was better now. As she leaves frame, an image of the clown is seen peeking through the window at her in the background. And that is the end of Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor. Also, that actress that plays Alice is back for Lineage, playing the same character.
Oh, okay.
Anthony, what are your final thoughts on Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor? Jesus Christ, that's such a long fucking name.
I think this was actually like a really good one out of the other Lake Fire. So out of the last time we watched, this one actually was really done well. It did a lot better with the cinema in it. It tied in a lot of stuff, but now it also left me wanting to ask a couple more questions.
Yeah,
like they answered questions and then they opened up more questions, but it doesn't sound like they're answered in the next one. So
no,
I don't know.
They're not. But now, tell people what the original text conversation was when you asked about filming. When you went, I don't want to watch this again. Why didn't you want to watch it?
So what happened was originally we watched this film a long time ago. I think not long after it was made, if I'm not mistaken. Out. And we liked it then. Then we started doing the podcast and shit like that. And I watched it the other day and I go to him, I'm like, dude, I really don't want to fucking watch this movie again. So what are you talking about? Like, out of all of them, this one probably should be the one that you like. I was like, nah, man, it's fucking boring. Like, it really didn't like catch me. I was watching that while doing something. So like, I was doing something and looking up. And every time I looked up, I must have been looking at a scene that didn't matter much or whatever. And I thought it was boring. He was
looking down doing something. And then he would look up. And when he looked up, they're like going through paperwork, and he's like, "This is boring as fuck."
Shit or something. I was like, I don't really give a shit about that. So like, I wasn't fully invested in it. So like, he's like, "No, dude, you really gotta watch it." So I watch it today, and I'm watching it and paying attention, and I was like, wow, it actually is a good movie. You can't not like the first one I've watched so many times, I don't really know how to gauge it anymore. The
first one we've watched so many times that now it can just be a second monitor thing, because it's like you'll hear dialogue and be like, ooh, something's about to happen, and then look.
I know that's gonna happen. This one, like, you actually have to watch a few times, because there's like certain spots you'll be like, oh, I saw that now. Oh, that's another thing. Like I said, it was actually really good. And that person complaining, taking out those little interview pieces. Yeah, you could do that, but honestly, it would make no sense on what we're watching. Like, think of how Blair Witch was done when that started a lot of the genre. Like, how the fuck did we get the tapes? They needed an explanation of the tapes.
And it's
that was what those interviews were.
And that's always been what it was, because it's like the first Hell House that was made. And then in Hell House 2, you find out that the guy that was basically taking in all the footage and cataloging everything for the group that was going in doing the investigation that died, he wasn't with the crew that went. He stayed at the hotel just doing everything. So he made the documentary that was Hell House LLC. So like that's how we got Hell House LLC. And because of that, that's why like all those people like kept showing up, and like all those internet people were showing up and then dying there, and all that shit was happening. And then at the end of Hell House 2, Tully told them what was his name, like Daniel? No, Mitchell. Told Mitchell, you have to choose who survives. And I think it was like a choice between him and that chick, and he couldn't choose.
One of them have to survive.
Because they have to continue the thing. And then what happened at the end? Because I think it was like even at the end of Hell House, during the police thing, the chick was there doing a police interview, leading people to the Abaddon. So then at the end of Hell House 2, the blonde investigator was in the police station doing all the stuff, doing that shit. And then because of all that shit happening, you get Hell House 3 and fucking Win fucking Investments, or whatever the fuck that billionaire's fucking name was. You know, you find out in that like he was involved with everything. He was in the background of all this shit. Like he knew what was happening. So it's like after that shit happened in Hell House 2, he bought the property. And then that chick was hired in Hell House 3, and then she was making her documentary, and then like she should have died, but then she didn't die. But all of her footage was already out and at her hotel. So when she survived, that's where all that footage went, you know? And then we have this one, which is a prequel slash sequel because we're getting more of like a backstory of it, but it's happening after the Abaddon burned down. Well, how did they get that footage? Well, after everything happened, Net Sleuths was owned by Margot and what was his name? Bradley, the one of the guys being interviewed. He was sent all of the footage.
Stuff.
Yeah. Plus, it's like we don't even know. For all we know, is every night Margot was just uploading the footage to a server. Because the guy said that the internet at the place was really good. He's like, oh, that's not a problem. The internet's great here. So for all we know, every night she's just dumping the fucking footage and it's all just going there and then he just has it.
Yeah.
Or it could have just been like the spirits or whatever. It's just collected and then like sent. Then at the end of this, we hear, oh, the fair is coming back. And now we'll have like the sequel for shit. So it's like things connect. So it's like, yeah, you can take out the in-between interviews, but that's part of what's telling the story. The only other way that it makes sense is if someone from the crew survives. But Cognetti has a terrible fucking habit of killing all the fucking people in his goddamn movies every goddamn time. Just let people, like, someone can survive. It's okay. Not everyone needs to die. You know, honestly, Rebecca could have lived. There was no reason for her to die. She could have just been like, you know what? Fuck off. I'm leaving. And just like left.
Yeah.
Like that would have made more sense.
And that's how we knew about it.
If in the woods when the cultists were like chasing them, if Rebecca was just like, fuck you, I'm out. And she like ran away and like just ran off into the woods. And then Margot ran back to the fucking, to Carmichael Manor. And was just there by herself. And like, that was the third act, her trying to survive in there with like all this shit. And then you just assume Rebecca died. And then at the end with like the interviews, like instead of like the ending part with Alice or Alicia, I don't even remember what her name is. You see Rebecca there. And it's, oh, she survived.
Yeah.
And then you have someone else. Because a big problem is, especially with like found footage and when it's a franchise, if you kill off all your fucking characters,
you have nobody for the sequel.
The next film, you have to introduce new characters. You have to get us to like these fucking characters. You have to get us to care about these characters. And then we already know that you're going to kill all the fucking characters. And then it's just fucking cycle and repeat. Like, it's dumb. It's okay to let people live just in case. But I don't know. Yeah. When you messaged me and you were like, oh dude, this is probably bottom of the list for me, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? were you I was like, were you high when you were watching this?
I wasn't watching it. I would have been better if I was. No, I just wasn't paying attention enough. I had a feeling ADD was taken over and like you were definitely doing second monitor shit. I was like, there's when you said it was on a third monitor. Yes, it was up on the corner monitor.
When you were like, it's not scary, I was like, there's no possible way that you're watching this like the same movie I watched. There's no possible way.
The same movie I'm watching. No. I was doing like a million other things. I'm pretty sure I was building and I was like, okay, I gotta pay attention.
Out of the 4 out of the 5 Hell House movies that we've watched so far, this is like these at least second scariest Hell House movies. Like this has the most like scares and like competent scares next to the first one. There's no possible way you could turn around and be like, nah, this wasn't scary. Actually, Lake of Fire was scarier than this when that has like negative scares in it. Like there's no possible way. But yeah, I like this movie. When it first premiered on Shudder, like I watched it that first weekend because I like the Hell House franchise. I don't like 3.
Yeah, I was gonna keep going watching them.
It's like I like 1 and 2. I think they're a good 1-2 punch and everything. It's just I think 3 is like so far the weakest of them. So when I saw this, it was like, okay, it looks like it's better shot. I like that there's a change in the location. The location is just fucking gorgeous. So I was like, all right, like maybe this will be good. And I watched it and I was like, besides Margot's voice, like the story's better. You're getting backstory that's kind of connecting shit, but it's also leaving more because you knew it wasn't going to be the end. You knew there was going to be more. Yeah, I really like this. For a rating, I would probably give this a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I would be 4 out of 5. It's definitely for me. It's 1, 2. It's 1, 4, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So far, that's because it's like currently, where is the thing? Currently, our rankings are Hell House LLC at number 1, Hell House 2 at number 2, and Hell House 3 at number 3. And you're with me. Carmichael Manor. Carmichael Manor sits comfortably at number 2.
Yes.
So our new ranking is in number 1, Hell House LLC. Number 2, Hell House LLC Origins. Carmichael Manor. Really got to work on titles. Number 3, Hell House LLC 2, The Abaddon Hotel. And at number 4, Hell House LLC 3, Lake of Fire. Like I said at the beginning, I don't know when we'll be able to watch Lineage. I'm pretty sure it's already out of theaters. It's not out on DVD or anything yet, and it's not on Shudder yet. So I don't know. You would think they'd put it out in October, like the beginning of October for like the full spooky season, but it's whatever. So I don't really know what the next film will be. We'll look over everything, but that is it for this week's Spooky Horror Show podcast. Remember, like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. Go watch some horror movies. Bye.
Later.